I saw my friend today. It's strange how sometimes you can see a friend almost every single day, and other times you just don't. This friend I haven't seen for months, and it's strange how people change. They're still so them, but at the same time, they're not. They're smarter, for one. They have they have more to talk about, which is strange. Usually I'll be the one talking, but this time I kind of felt like I was interrupting them a lot. You really don't know how people are gonna act until they act. Sometimes you just gotta throw stuff out there, and if someone doesn't like it, apologize. If they don't like it for no reason, don't apologize. It's really that simple. And yet, sometimes it can be the hardest thing you do. To do something just because you want to do it. Not caring if someone else doesn't want you to do it because they would find it embarrassing. And this is not me saying that you should go out and try to embarrass your friends, even though you totally should. This is me saying that sometimes you need to stop fearing what could happen and look at what might happen. Look at what good can come out of it. So many times in life you think, I wish I could be doing this, or look at him, I wish I have as much money as he does. Or at least I'm not that person. But at the end of the day, you don't need to think. And you will end up as that person if you don't act. That awkward kid you find at school, he didn't try to learn how to talk to people. He didn't try to get more friends. Or if he did, he messed up. He didn't find the right friends. And there just wasn't enough people for him. That successful person, he did not sleep and get that success. Unless he was born into it. And he had to work for it. That person who you look up to, maybe they aren't successful, maybe they're just your grandfather who seems to have done so much in their life, and you think that you'll never do as much as they will. But you will. If you want to, that is. There's no guarantee that you would do anything. You just simply have to try stuff. Sometimes you look at yourself and you notice all your imperfections. You notice the stray hairs. But then you look at other people who have combed their hair for the public eye, and you compare yourself to them, which obviously is going to mean that you aren't going to be able to come out on top. That's why we so often wouldn't date ourselves, because we notice all the bad things we do. We make it seem as though we are unlikable, awkward, and just have done so much wrong that no one else has done. But we do it because we notice, and if we were someone else, we would think the same. There's a saying, the grass is always greener on the other side, which basically says that you always want to be somewhere else. You always want to be able to eat what someone else eats. And it's like that with beauty. I'm not saying everyone looks beautiful, because some people do look worse than others. But especially in the case of women, makeup plays a huge role in it. And if you buy your appearance, are you looking good, or is the product looking good? Now, that might just be me coping. But I don't get how people do it. Buy products which hide their appearance and then say that they look good because you can't see them. It's like me buying a mask and going, "Don't you love my face shape?" Because you just can't see it. Or me building a massive wall around my house and then going, "Isn't my house a lovely colour?" I saw a car today. And usually I wouldn't mention that because everyone sees cars every day. But this car was rather funny. It was a massive car that you would see in a cartoon. And at first I just laughed because I was not expecting to see something like that. But now that I think about it, it makes me reflect upon stuff. That person probably does not think that the car they had is normal, because it wasn't. But they still drove it. They didn't try hide it. They didn't paint it black, so it would blend in a bit more. They were proud of their car. And that's something important. You need to be able to be proud of what you have, of what you are. Because if you're always trying to hide, it's not going to work. And people are just going to laugh at you. So either you don't care about laughing, or you let it get to you. And if you don't care about laughing, that doesn't mean that you can't cry about it every now and then. Crying is good for you. It releases stress. And it shows other people that you do care. And the people who care about you will care that you care. But crying about everything isn't good, because it removes the importance of it. If you cry about everything, no one will care when you cry. Jump Dash is just a game. It's rather simple. Tap and you go up. Go for a pull up, inverts gravity. Tap and you go down. Yet it's still so difficult. And so many games use this. The ease to learn, but the difficulty to master. Like Othello in chess. And it makes you wonder, how can something so simple be so difficult? It's rather simple. So how can I fail at it again and again and again. How come my friend is better than I am? Well, maybe you need to have a look at it in a different light. Not how simple is it, how complex could it be? And this is especially useful when you're studying for exams. Let's say you meet a topic. Let's go maths expanding brackets. It's a rather simple topic. You just see what's ever inside the bracket and what's outside, and you times the two together. So how can some people be better than others? Well, some people realize that you can make it more difficult if you want. And by making it more difficult, you get better at it because you practice it more. And that practice is more valuable. So you get to expanding double brackets and reverse expanding brackets. I go to a church, and my church is holding a ceilidh. If you don't know what it is, search it up. Try to spell it correct. It's a Scottish dance party thing where no one is expected to know how to dance, but it's like line dancing. You're all given a set of instructions, and depending on how well you can follow them, depends on how good you do. No one will judge you for your dancing because you aren't a professional dancer. But the reason I bring this up is because I've asked so many people if they want to go to this. It really has boosted my self-confidence. I wouldn't call myself shy before it, but definitely people who are more open, more willing to talk to others. But because of it, I've talked to people who I wouldn't normally, friends of friends. I've talked to those who I wouldn't even consider friends, and I've offered to let people who I dislike come because I believe everyone should go to church, even if it's something as stupid as a ceilidh. But two, because it helps to be able to talk to people. Because talking to people is a nice thing to have. There's so many opportunities that could be opened by talking. It helps you meet friends, helps you get jobs, helps you with so much that I'm surprised people don't talk about it more. Maybe other people find it obvious though, and I'm just behind. That could definitely be it. Sometimes I look at the world around me and I see stuff quite clearly. I saw my friend earlier today, and we were outside, but I felt like I could see everything so well. And it was truly just inspiring, because when I have a look at the world, but I just see my friends, I think of it as couldn't get better. I think of it as perfect. But when I see my world and see the rest of it, I realise that it can get better. And though it may be good, it is far from perfect. And why should we settle for anything that's not perfect if we can get perfect? Now, of course, perfect won't be easy, no one's saying that. And perfect won't be fast. But if you can get perfect, why wouldn't you? People play games to get better at them. These games don't have many real-life applications. Geometry Dash is an example of a game where it's not really going to help you in real life. People go, oh, but reaction speed. You don't learn reaction speed. You learn to read a screen full of pixels and imaginary obstacles. You learn when to tap and when not to. Your memory gets more adjusted. And therefore, it doesn't matter how much you practice, it's not going to help you very much. But there are some things that trying will help you in real life. One of which is trying to make your life better. People don't have good lives just because they stumble upon it. People have good lives because they see others and go, I want to be like them. So they work. I've got a friend who doesn't think they're smart because they revise a lot. They do the work at home that not everyone does. And yes, while some people might be naturally smarter than them, they are smart because they know the things. And revision beats natural genius almost every time. Yet it's so hard for those with natural genius to revise because they think they know everything. They think that they can't get better, and if they can, it'll be too slow, and that their time will be better spent doing other things. But in truth, that's just not how it works. That's not going to help them, and you really shouldn't think that. Because at the end of the day, the best formula for any sort of success is natural genius and doing the work behind the scenes, doing the revision, doing stuff that you don't have to do, but you do it because you want to succeed. You do it because it's the right thing, and it will only help you. Sometimes things don't work out. Sometimes you find someone who you think will be your everything. Sometimes you find them fast, sometimes it takes a while. But when it comes, you always think, could they be my everything? Could I live with them? Could they be the answer to all my questions? And almost every time you convince yourself the answer is going to be yes. But usually, the answer is no. Usually, they're not going to be the answer. And it's not because you're unlikable or you're awkward, although those things can have an impact. It's because you didn't ask the question. How can you have an answer to a question you didn't even ask? So what question should you be asking? The question is, would I find someone who I want to take care of me? Would I take care of them? And if you want someone to take care of you, that's perfectly fine. Because at the end of the day, we all need a shoulder to cry on. And having a short scram that you can trust will only help. But if you won't take care of them, why should they feel like they should take care of you? Because they've got no incentive. If you won't let them cry on you, then they're not going to let you cry on them. So, what I'm getting at is that if you want to find someone, don't think of it as, I need to find someone who actually wants me. Think of it as, I need to be wantable. I need to try and be more open. This level is called Everything at the End of Time. It's a level about memory loss, and it's the longest level in Geometry Dash at 6 hours, which is why I still don't have 1% as a high score on this level, because 1% takes just over 3 minutes to get. So this level finds itself in a predicament. It's too long to be played because you enjoy it, and not difficult enough to be played as a huge flex. It gets outclassed by levels such as Bloodbath in difficulty and Rob Top levels in terms of how long the level should be. So why do I play it? I play it because I don't think I'll ever complete it. I think that there will always be more challenges waiting for me in this. And as much as I may find that daunting, always facing new challenges is just the reality. So if I shy away from it, I'll be in turn shying away from challenges, shying away from life, and I'm not going to get anywhere. And I'll admit, I find it fun, and I find it annoying sometimes, because when you pull moves like this, and it works, then you can't do the same every time, and that annoys you. Because if you can do it once, you can do it again. But sometimes you mess up, and those are the times you remember. The times where I mess up. Because no one likes failing. Failing serves as a reason why you aren't good enough. At the end of the day, everyone fails. And realizing that and accepting that is probably one of the best things you can do for yourself. Because if you're going to complain about the way you are, you're never going to be happy. And if you're going to complain about the fails you make, that's fine. But don't dwell on them. Focus on the next, not the last. And if something does not present itself, don't go for it. You should not have to be put out your way to try something, unless that thing will only help you. If you find a path that's more difficult, but it looks funner, that's fine to go for. But if you find a path that's more difficult, that's just as fun, don't go for it. Because if you're not finding fun in the difficulty, then you're only making it harder for you. And that will only make you have worse memories of it. So, that's why I don't go for difficult paths in this. I can. Most of the time I'll live. But there'll be some times where I fail. Where I'll be annoyed and angry at myself